Oops, forgot to turn off the fan. Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. It is Thursday, September 2nd, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And my name is Jo Kroger, and there's an open box of off-brand Triscuits on my couch. These are whole wheat woven baked crackers. I am not sponsored by whole wheat woven baked crackers by Lidl. But for those of you who have not been here before, I usually don't feature a box of crackers on my couch. I usually feature music. It is a little bit appropriate because I do call it the Thursday night dinner party because it's about dinner time, and I tend to ask you guys what you're having for dinner. But tonight, I have to be really clear. I put in the description that this is Fantasy Football Edition. And what I mean to say about that is, help. I don't know how to fantasy football, and I have to start fantasy footballing tonight. So if you have any advice or any picks that I should make sure to gun for, drop them in the comments. We'll see how I do. Anyway, this is not fantasy football. This is a guitar. And I'm going to play a song that I haven't played in a while. This is on the album The Winter of Our Discontent that I recorded with E.W. Harris as Caves and Clouds. The project is called Caves and Clouds, so you can find it on the streaming services under that name. And yeah, this is one of mine from that project. Placed a quarter on a fence post. I told a story about a child. I pushed it off into the water. Take me back, take me back, take me back. Put me on track. Oh, Mary, 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 how does your garden grow? Did you build it from scratch? Did you buy it in patches? Does a man really reap what he sows? Do your hands really reap what they sow? She stands on corners in the summer. A nest hangs woven on her arm. Her steps all trailed with errant flowers. Take me back, take me back, take me back. I'll sound the alarm. Oh, Mary, 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 how does your garden grow? Did you build it from scratch? Did you buy it in patches? Does a man really reap what he sows? Do your hands really reap what they sow? And she'll fly away. And she'll fly away. And she'll fly away. How does your garden grow? Did you build from scratch? Did you buy it in patches? Does a man really read? Do your hands really read? Do your hands really read what they sow? Hello, Sean. Welcome back. You can't help with football, neither can I. I don't know, man. I don't know what we're gonna do. I definitely have to pick some wide receivers and running backs and make sure they're not injured. We'll see. Cool. This is another song from the same album. But I had written it long before we made the Caves and Clouds album. In fact, EW and I had worked together to start making a recording of this song way back when we first met. Not right when we first met, but like shortly after. And then his computer melted. True story. And then we were putting together the album for Caves and Clouds. We were getting ready to go on tour together, and we started talking about what we were going to put on and what was new and what was old. And this one came up because we'd spent so many hours on it, and it was cool to put it out to the world. Your bell gives me chills, forbidden but appealing. You're smooth like silk. You chuckle like an elf. We touch through the glass. Let's drive through the night. And something unruly snaps me back. That shirt. So just put down your paper. We'll read through the week and wrap me up in your coffee. So I'll walk to the party. I'll dance with my sister. You'll call tinged and taxed with expectation. And something unruly snaps me back. There, sure there, sure there. Sure. Yeah. Oh, hello. Oh, hello there. I meant to mention before, I wanted to say thank you so much to all of you who reached out. Last night, the remnants of Hurricane Ida hit New York City, and there was some pretty wild flash flooding here. Thank you for checking in. Obviously, as you can see, I am currently dry and safe. There was a lot of built up water that threatened to come into my apartment, but it did not. The basement did flood, but and the downstairs neighbor, unfortunately, is having a really rough time. But he came up knocking, and we kind of took a look at it together, and it sucks. And people had it way, 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 way worse than me. And I think they are finding people who honestly were trapped in their basements or floated away in the river. And obviously, Louisiana is still reeling from it, and there's still fires in Tahoe, and Texas has gone insane. So in general, things are insane right now in the world. But I really appreciate those of you who reached out to me in Afghanistan. Everything's wild. But I appreciate your concern. It's so kind. I am warm, safe, and dry at this point in time. And thank you so much. But definitely, yeah, it was a weird one. I had closed my windows and door because it was so loud. And then, yeah, I opened it up and there was like this much standing water in the backyard. It was kind of crazy. Started that a little fast. I am an old woman, named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were thunder, this old mouse would have burned down. I said this old mouse. This old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Even this living is just a highway to go. There's flies in the kitchen. I can hear them there buzzing. Nope. Wow. I'm sorry, John Prine. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy, and he weren't much to look at, just a free random man. That was a long time, and no matter how I tried, the years just flew by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing I can hold on to. Believing this living is just a highway to go. There's flies in the kitchen, yeah. I can hear them there buzzing, yeah. I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. Now is just a highway to go. A highway to go. Becca Atkins leaving a comment, remind me to tell you the tale of hearing this song while stuck in the bathroom stall at the Oakdale Theater. I would love to hear that story. I'm worried about how you got stuck in the stall. That sounds wild. And also, hi, Becca. Welcome. Yeah, I was up very late last night trying to empty out the leaves from the drains in the backyard and make sure that things didn't overflow. The water at that point was up past my ankles. And yeah, I'm a little zonked today. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie about it. No. So this is an old song, but a couple of people in the chat have requested it more than once, and I played it for them, and then I tend to forget about it after that, and I thought I will bring it back tonight. And so I'm glad you're here, Becca. Sweet sensation of watching waiting. You know, Eddie, you're going home with me. Touch so simple, you look my way. Oh, darling, I know you see what I see. 'Cause everybody knows you're mine, and I'm yours. Stand up straight, tall, drink of water, flash me that smile and let it begin. I'm gonna fall, but you'll be falling harder. Look me in the eyes, it's time to give in. I see the skyline, your hand touches mine. It's getting late, it's getting dark, we're getting closer to strange equation, hesitation, inevitability, you know we can't escape it. 'Cause everybody knows you're mine, and I'm yours. Stand up straight, tall, drink of water, flash me that smile and let it begin. I'm gonna fall, you'll be falling harder. Look me in the eyes, it's time to give in. Stand up straight, tall, drink of water, flash me that smile and let it begin. I'm gonna fall, but you'll be falling harder. Look me in the eyes, it's time to give in. It's time to give in. I ended it very abruptly this time. Oh, so much excitement in the chat for that song. A few nights back, I saw the video from your Firecracker Man year at Omega. Same summer as this song was born. That's true. Just saying, lots of interesting books in that video. Accurate. So does anybody who has since joined the chat know anything about fantasy football? Can any of you tell me how to win? I don't think it's going to go well. I think I need I know this is the wrong sport, but like a pinch hitter, right? Like someone to just step in and do it for me. Oh boy. Yeah, I know. Here's an idea. Okay, so it looks like nobody in the chat tonight knows anything about fantasy football, right? None of you do, and I don't. So I think what we should do right now is everybody get in the chat and make up what you think. I think fantasy football sounds cool. It's like you're in a fantasy world and there's a version of football, but it's not. Like maybe the ball has legs and a snout and breathes fire. And maybe also you ride horses. I don't know, but I feel like we could come up with a better fantasy football. Or maybe it's somebody that has a ball for one of their feet. Anyway, sound off. Let's figure out something that sounds fantastical and fun to us. While I play another old. I'm playing some of the classics tonight. Simple as syrup, crystallizing and breaking to pieces in my hands. Add a little heat and see what happens. If you add a little heat to the sweet, it will crystallize and break apart in my hands. And take a number, jot it down, jot it out. You're gonna find out I'm a little bit more than a smile. Didn't you hear? I thought that you heard. There ain't nobody still calls me Johanna. Left Johanna back in Cincinnati with a worn out copy of Blonde on Blonde. Take me back to California, where the girls are pretty and the boys are pretty and the sun is pretty, but you don't need a soul, so I fit in. And get me back to New York City, where the streets are pretty, 'cause the streets are gritty and the sun in the sky sets the buildings on fire, and I can't win, but I always got hope once I get to the coast, 'cause I can always jump into the ocean and go down, 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 down. I don't know how, I don't know how, I don't know, I don't know how, I don't know how to do this any other way. So you got your number, you got the number, you had your love, you called it up. Well, now you're fucked, 'cause it'll break apart in my hands. And take me back to California, where the girls are pretty and the boys are pretty and the sun is pretty, but you don't need a soul, so I fit in. Get me back to New York City, where the streets are pretty, 'cause the streets are gritty and the sun in the sky sets the buildings on fire, and I can't win, but I always got hope once I get to the coast. So I always got hope once I get to the coast. So I always got hope once I get to the coast, 'cause I can't drown. Yeah, I always got hope once I get to the coast, 'cause I can always jump into the ocean and go down. Simple as All right. Everyone's riding Back to the Future Back to the Future 3-time trains. Equipped with guitars that chuck flying footballs. I don't know. Like the guitars are like a lacrosse net thing. Becca's got, you get special powers, special weapons, shoot light out of your hands and knock them down, spin a mental web and confuse the other teams. See, now you're talking my language. I love it. Whew. It's a little warm in here. This is a little bit warm, y'all. A little warm. I think I have yet again done the thing where I get ready to play and leave my capo somewhere else. Yes, I did. It's right here. It's cool. It wasn't far. It wasn't far. Since we're playing songs from years past. Okay, here's my contribution to fantasy football. Fantasy football. All right, I've got it. The ball itself would have, you know how like biblically speaking, angels are just like covered in eyes. There's just eyes everywhere. Well, it's a football. So it would be a ball that is just covered in feet. And so, but it doesn't have legs per se. It just has a lot of feet. So it kind of rolls like a flappity foot machine. And you have to be careful that if you accidentally kick it, it's going to kick you back. Now, the trick is because it has so many feet, it is very, 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 very fast. But you have to catch it and you have to pass it down the line to your team's tickler. And they have to find the ticklish foot on the football. And the team that finds the ticklish foot on the football and manages to tickle it, the ball will, all the feet will pop back inside like turtles and it'll turn into a regular ball. And then you have to run it to a basket. And you won't be able to put it in the basket if the feet are all sticking out. But if they're all put in because your tickler tickled the foot that's ticklish, they all pop in like a turtle, then you can dunk it in the basket and your team gets a point. No, your team gets a point whenever you've managed to get all the tickle feet in. But when you get it in the basket, you get 3 points. Maybe? Football. Okay. Anyway, from the ridiculous to the sublime, that was me fantasying football, and this is a song about gardening. I've been doing a lot of work in my garden this summer. As you guys know, I've taken you out there so many times. And yeah, here's a song about gardening. June walked home from the ice cream store in 1933. She had on a sweet summer dress that her sister would match. She looked in the gardens as she walked on her way with a smile and a prayer, saying, someday I want a garden full of daisies like that. colorful tomatoes like that. June grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and she married a man with a plan. She cooked for his brothers and sisters on Sunday each week. With a twinkling smile, with a twinkling eye and a sparkling smile, she drew her man to the sheets, saying, someday I want a house full of family like that. A house full of family like that. Oh, oh, June, June. Sometimes it's not what you want, it's what you get. Oh, oh, June, June. Sometimes it's not what you meant, it's what you said. June found a child who suited her fancy, and she taught him the sign of the cross. She made little baby her sun and her moon and her sky. But he wanted to know where he'd come from and why she was crying when she prayed, saying, whatever happened to the house full of family I had? My house full of family like that. Oh, oh, June, June. Sometimes it's not what you want, it's what you get. Oh, oh, June, June. Sometimes it's not what you meant, it's what you said. June's got no memory, and she stopped taking food at her bedside in the home. She traveled to Europe and Asia and farther and back. Sometimes she knows me and sometimes she don't, but I remember the garden she grew. Tell you I still never seen daisies like that, colorful tomatoes like that. Oh, what you are, what you say. Okay, so I said that song was about gardening, and it made me want to run out while there's still a little bit of light and show you the progress with the plant babies. I promise I'll play more songs, but I just thought you guys saw it when I planted them. You saw them growing bigger. Thought you might like to see how things are going today. So I think the first time I brought you out here, the tomatoes were like this tall, and then like they were like 2 rungs up the tomato cages. And these days, these are my tomato plants. They're very tall. This one is beat down by the storm, but it's okay. It's coming back. This one here is reaching out and trying to make friends with the other one. And then down here, I had planted these flowers earlier on to try and get some bees to come for my cucumbers and make sure they pollinated them. My cucumber, unfortunately, has passed on, but it did give me several good cucumbers before it was done. Over here in the corner, we have my Thai bird's eye chilies. These little guys are going strong. Got lots of green ones, got lots of ripening ones. My San Marzano tomatoes out here in the back corner. This little baby is kind of my pride and joy. This giant bush of a pepper plant is the last of my plants to fruit. But you can see there's a little itty bitty baby coming in right there. And we'll see how it goes. It's a super hot pepper. It's either Scotch bonnet or habanero. I don't know which. It was given to me by a lady in the neighborhood. So I'm excited to find out. It might be too spicy for me, but we'll see. And then over here we have my little cabbage. I don't know if you recall, that guy got eaten up by cabbage moth caterpillars. And I picked them all off, and now it's a happy cabbage. Here's some marigolds. I like to grow them partially because they're good for your other plants, and also because then I have a bunch of them for Dia de los Muertos. Here, this kale got its ass kicked in the storm. It's just so sad and sleepy. That's my sage and my rosemary. This is where I had a bunch of lettuce, and it all died. And so after eating a bunch of it and then pulling out what was remaining, I have now planted new lettuce. We'll see how that goes. Here's my huge basil. My cilantro is now flowering, which makes me sad. Here are some more little tomatoes. Those are not mine. I'm boarding them. Here are I think they must be Cubanelles. I thought these were going to be green bell peppers. They are clearly not, because they got these little sharp butts. And this is me trying to propagate marigolds. We'll see how that goes. And some more impatiens. And over here, a friend left their papyrus at my place while they were out of town. So that's the update on the plant babies. Thanks for journeying in the garden with me all summer long. It's been definitely a journey becoming a crazy plant mom. So I'm going to play one more song, and I'm going to end a little bit early tonight because yeah. But keep an eye out. I'll tell you why I'm actually ending early. The workshop group that I have with my Patreon is doing Write a Day Challenge week this week. We did it earlier in the year, and we're doing it again. I used to do a song a day challenge with some songwriter friends of mine for a month, years and years and years ago. And it's always one of the most helpful things to push through for me. For those of you who are not a part of the Patreon, I am also going to be starting a non-Patreon workshop soon. So keep an eye out for that. Because I would love to do this with all kinds of different people. All right. Last song of the day. Oh, the point of that was I have to go write my song because I promised them. I don't always do the challenges, but I promised them I would do it. But day one is just 20 minutes. So all I have to do is set a timer for 20 minutes, but I got to get it done. You got to do the dang thing. You don't have to do something amazing. You just have to do the dang thing. And that is something amazing. I fought through the waters, the waves and the white caps, finding my way back. stood on the ship and wondered if you're alone. You were mine, are you mine? Don't go. Maybe the paint in the sky has been my delight, but tonight I wanna dance with you, and maybe the stars make the lines, but here in my mind, you're still in my arms, and I'm dancing with you. We walked through the fire, we forded every river, stood against the churning foam. We fought through another, fight through another, I know. Maybe the paint in the sky has been my delight, but tonight I wanna dance with you, and maybe the stars make the lines, but here in my mind, you're still in my arms, and I'm dancing with you. Maybe the paint in the sky has been my delight, but tonight I wanna dance, and maybe the stars make the lines, but here in my mind, you're still in my arms, and I'm dancing with All right. That's all for tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I hope you are doing well. I hope wherever you are safe, warm, and dry. And look out for each other. It's crazy out there. Have a great week. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.